Hey, welcome everybody, and thanks for tuning in to 19 at noon, the show that lets you catch up on Columbus. Light variety at its very best. Of course, I'm Dave Jones. My sidekick, Rebecca Lane, is a little under the weather today, but she'll be back tomorrow. So, Rebecca, get better, and we'll see you tomorrow. But everybody, the big talk yesterday. All right, guys, we do have a packed show today. You've been wanting to see the best of 19 at noon. Well, we're bringing it back to you. Of course, Eric Williams, the Appalachian thru hiker, is going to be, actually, we're going to show you that package one more time. You had a lot of people wanting to see it. Everybody's talking about the weather here. This guy went through hard luck weather. So you're going to get ready to check this out in a minute. Also, we have a well-known African-American local artist, Melvin Robinson, otherwise known as Melle Mel. He's in the studio. He brought some of his live jazz art, and we're going to have an interview with him and show you some of his artwork. I'll also tell you what's happening around town, but we got to do it, man. Let me go ahead and go upstairs 550 feet and show you what's going on. All right, remember today's weather is brought to you by Jenna Wynn Book and Gift Store in Gahanna. Look at the weather. It's 20 degrees. Can you believe that? What's going on? Relative humidity, 68%. Skies are cloudy. Winds are east at 9 miles per hour. All right, let's see if the weather's going to get better. Roll your dice and boom. Okay, just a little bit. This afternoon, cloudy. High of 31 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 22, so you got to still get your blankets out, keep warm. And tomorrow, partly cloudy, high of 45. That's looking good. And remember that Jenna Wynn Gifts for Conscious Living. All right, guys, stick around. In just a minute, we're going to go ahead and show you. All right, welcome back to 19 at noon. Once again, we are broadcasting live from the corner of Front and Broad right here downtown. I'm Dave Jones. Of course, as I said earlier, Rebecca Lane is ill for the day, but she will be back tomorrow. So get better, Rebecca. Hope you're watching me out there. You just saw the package. Once again, best of 19 at noon. Hey, in honor and celebration of February, which is Black History Month, 19 at noon would like to welcome to the studios one of Columbus's very well-known African-American artists, Melle Mel, otherwise known as Melvin Robinson. What's happening,
How you
brother?
doing, Dave?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for coming in here. Talented, skilled person. I know you. I've known you back at Ohio State when we used to go to school together.
Yeah.
Now, you're a multi-talented artist with over 15 years of experience in professional graphic art and design. So, let's break down before we get into the artwork that you brought us. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about how'd you get started in art.
Well, I've always been into art, ever since growing up as a kid in Chicago and going to high school in Cleveland. And I guess when I came to Columbus in the campus area, I started off doing party flyers and T-shirts. Yeah. And I noticed that, there was a lack of African-American art, and so I started putting images of us on things, and it just expanded. And then the opportunity came to work for a company doing that, and that was the infamous Just Sweats situation.
Just Sweat.
And so I did that for quite a few years, and so it's my artistic creative ability has been a journey. Then from there, I owned my own business, Original Artifacts, for maybe 4 or 5 years in the campus area, which was one of the first African-American owned businesses. Me and another partner, Keith Key.
How hard was it to get started and, starting out?
Actually,
business like
it
that?
seemed like for every step that we were denied or obstacle, we leapfrogged maybe 2 more. So it was a challenging thing because we didn't have a track record of getting real estate in the area or having prior business. But they were so overwhelmed with the talent and abilities we had, because Keith was in banking and I was in art, and we had a proven track record in our particular field, so they kind of opened up to us. And the university business community was quite welcoming. We did that for quite a few years too. We outgrew that space, and then I went to work in a regular job for the county, the state. But all the time I kept doing art, And I've always done, you know, various artwork themes, Afrocentric themes, but as, you know, the jazz theme has always stuck with me, and that was probably one of my more popular art themes.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the jazz thing. Now, you've also, as I said, you have an impressive array of original art and logo designs that you just talked about. But you're working with other artists. Is that what I'm saying? When you started your business, were there other local artists that you were
Correct.
working with?
What we tried to do was give them an avenue to give their stuff to a mainstream market. I mean, one of the artists he was from Atlanta. He's doing things, you know, he would sell his wares. We would do apparel that would have actual paintings or cultural images on it, because we went through a flux of everyone that wanted to know, you know, they want to wear a Malcolm X shirt, but they didn't know the information behind the Malcolm, so we chose artifacts. We give them the art and the facts. We'll sell bookstores, cultural clothing, and we try not to make it just a fad thing, so make it an ongoing thing, and now we're moving into more upscale things as far as apparel and stuff.
Okay, now you have a statement that I just want to, you know, I'm going to go ahead and read this statement. I think it's very interesting. Is it the man or woman that makes the times, or is it the time that makes the man? Now, what do you, go ahead and explain it.
Well, that's part of my artist statement, due to the fact that, like, I've noticed throughout history, we've had figures, say, this being Black History Month, was it Malcolm, was it Martin or Rosa Parks that made that civil rights movement time, or was it the time that made them? And I think, you know, you can't separate one from the other. Like Zora Neale Hurston, Langston Hughes, and Aaron Douglas, did they make the Harlem Renaissance, or did the Harlem Renaissance make them? And so in my seeing, I see you can't take one from the other, so it's a combination of the both, you know, so it's African thinking circular, so one makes the other, you know, it's not this made that or that made that, and that's how I see that, and that's part of my statement in my artwork. My artwork is not made by the times, but but at the same time, the times help me create the artwork.
All right, now you stand right now. You are the owner of a new studio, which is called Original Flavor?
Correct.
Right.
The Original Flavor was a development from Original Artifacts, from just doing apparel and clothing and things of that nature. We're going into fine artwork, where we make posters and artwork and signature limited editions, artwork for your house of war, your corporate business, and things of that nature. All original things.
Now, you work with woods, or you just do canvas artwork?
Well, basically, I work with all mediums, be it watercolors, be it oil acrylics, and I also work with carvings with wood. And then there's a collection of other artists that I work with, and we're trying to move their things also.
All right, well, that's great. Now, before we get into talking about the live jazz art that you have, it's actually, now you're going to have to help me with this. It's live audience jazz art. It's called Leisure Art?
Leisure.
Leisure.
Yes.
I almost got it there.
That's it.
Leisure. Now, how'd you come up with this sassy phrase?
The term came from a collaboration of those four live audience jazz art, where, you know, I was sitting in a jazz band watching them play. You know, my brother was in the jazz band in Chicago, and I couldn't play an instrument, so I wanted to get involved, and so I started doodling on napkins and things, and it went from just, you know, from lipstick to ashes.
So you just feeling the music.
And I just caught up in the vibe of it, and it was just a spontaneous reaction, and people started actually buying the little doodlings I was making. Then it evolved into canvas paintings, to where, you know, I would do it live on stage with a live jazz band.
Okay, now that's what we got today. You brought some of this, say I want Leisure.
Leisure.
Leisure. All right, I'm getting it right. We got some of the artwork, so let's go ahead and show you a little bit about this. Now, explain this piece right here to me.
Well, this actually is a more recent piece. It's called Tina the Songbird, and it's a collaboration of a lady that sings jazz Saturday night until gospel until Sunday morning, and Monday she sings the blues. If you notice, like a stained glass window in the background, and just kind of make like angel wings, and by singing Saturday, Sunday into Monday's blues, and so it's a collaboration of that, and it comes spontaneous. Wherever the music takes me, that's what I create. You know, I don't have a set image. Whatever comes out, you know, so it's free flowing, just like jazz. You know,
just spontaneous.
It's just spontaneous improv. It just goes like that.
All right, now let's go ahead and check out your next piece, artwork, and we'll go ahead and let you tell us a little bit about
These are a few of the older pictures, actually. This is Boogie Blue, and this is a couple just cutting loose on the dance floor. She done kicked off her shoes, and they're just cutting out, listening to a hard bebop jazz, and you know. And this was inspired by, you know, when you're at a jazz club, you see they just cut loose, and there we go.
All right, let's go ahead and move on. Let's show one more piece. That's a nice piece right there. All right. Ooh, there we go.
And this is inspired
Billie Holiday.
That's right. The girl's Billie Holiday. And it's called Afro Blue, and it's a collaboration of songs that Dinah Reeves and Randy Crawford and Billie Holiday, and it just conglomerated into that piece.
All right, and then we got Miles Davis.
The Man with the Horn. That's it. Yes, Miles Davis. Actually, a piece like this was similarly given to him as a birthday gift. Back when I was working at the store, his band was having a concert downtown. They came in and bought a piece to give to him as a birthday present. So I have a piece in his estate at this time. But yeah, Miles Davis, Kind of Blue.
All right, now where can we find this artwork? Because there's an event that's coming up. Is it this, it's February 24th?
Right, actually this February 24th, myself and a collection of other artists called the Nomo Society, the First World Artists Collective, will be having an art auction and an art show at the Snaps and Taps over here on
44 South Washington, been there. Snaps and Taps, that's the art house, poetry cafe, stage setup, live music.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Very interesting place. I mean, they're doing some remodeling. They have an art gallery. They have the band, everything poured. And it's really an eclectic mix of the arts. And I suggest most people, especially during Black History Month, get a chance to go there. And this weekend, you know, local artists, Fioris West, Professor up at OSU, Julius Brooks from Chicago, Ron Sheldon, Cherry Martin.
Oh man, I mean, I'm about to go.
Quite a few talented artists. You know,
now you're gonna have. Is there music gonna be involved?
There will be live music. There will be DJ music. There will be food. You know, a little cash bar.
Cocktail.
Yeah, everything.
Awesome.
You know, really nice, diverse crowd to be there, and it should be really enjoyable.
You know, I'm gonna be there.
And we have auctioneers. You know, a local radio host will be auctioning. It should be pretty nice.
A packed event.
Yes.
All right. Now
really
the
nice.
artwork you say is gonna be auctioned off.
Correct. There'll be a set bid, and then everybody come in and say, well, I'm interested in this piece, I'll add this, and then we just go into bidding like that.
All right. And we're going to be able to find your artwork that we just looked at.
Well, yes, this will be available at Snaps and Taps, or I can be contacted locally at 258-9533. You can hit me up with email at melle/mail/omega@hotmail.com. And, you know, I'm myself and there's very approachable people and willing to work and set up payment plans. If you can afford a great, fantastic piece, you can set up a payment plan just available to you. Yes, and it's all original, something you've never seen before, and it should increase in value.
Well, thank you very much for coming. It's nice seeing you again.
Thank you.
Now, again, I want to tell you about where that event is. Of course, it's Snaps and Taps, and it is Melvin Robinson will be here. Art for Our Sake. Saturday, February 24th, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. Snaps and Taps, 44 South Washington. They've got jazz. It's a poetry spot and the art. Beautiful people. Come one, come all. I'm going to be there. Hey, we're going to be back in just a minute, so wrap up the show, so stick around.
Yeah, that was good.